Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Beyonka Studios. This is the Recipe Podcast with me and my co host, Brother Jolly. I know that does not look like us, but it's us. And this week, we have a special guest, Miss C Knows, coming to talk to us about her latest project, The Black Heart Experience. You guys are in for a treat because not only are we talking about this necessary topic, hurt people, but we are getting a perspective from somebody other than just me and Brother Jolly, Miss C Knows. And this is our first show back in 2 months. So, welcome back to us, and we look forward to talking to you. All right, you ready? Tune in. Let's go. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Recipe Podcast. We are back. I'm so excited to be back on camera in front of you guys. And, of course, we have my co-host.
Hey there, how are you?
Brother Jolly. I don't know where it came from. And we have a special guest tonight, Miss Cino.
Hello.
Who came through looking so beautiful in her green. I'm loving the green.
Thank you.
Is it like money green? Or just your
My
favorite
lips
color?
kinda. I love green. Green is one of my. I like almost every shade of green. I don't like lime and stuff, but like dark greens and deep greens and stuff. I love green.
Forest green,
Yeah.
every green.
Yes.
Every green, yeah. I just told her I just got into I've always been a nature girl, but I just got into the color green. You know, red has been my thing, clearly.
So I can expect you on the next camping trip?
That's a little different.
I'm just saying.
I'm just trying to go into the forest and hug a tree, ground myself, and then get back in my car and go home before it get dark outside.
Well, what about cabin?
Cabin in the woods, movies like that got me a little,
Maybe not.
Maybe not.
So we doing this thing this week, and we doing this ATV thing, right? And the next thing that I'm trying to plan is the cabin thing. So you got a bunch of cabins and stuff like that, and everybody gonna be in the same space.
How secure are the cabins? Are we talking cabins that have locks on the doors?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would do that.
Okay, yeah.
When you say camping, I think of tents in the woods.
That's what I'm thinking of too.
So she knows that's what I normally do.
Yeah,
but
that's what I'm thinking. That's why I'm
I'm kind of thinking if I put right now this is kind of I'm coordinating with one of the sisters in the community or whatever. So I'm hoping that whether we get a good turnout or not, I'm gonna have fun this weekend with them ATVs. But I'm just saying our next thing is to hopefully try to do the cabin. We normally do camping. Which is fine. I don't mind pitching the tent.
Yeah, and that's what I'm not doing. I do have a problem with that. Because the tent, a knife could go through it.
Yeah, absolutely. And then you send some 128 grain out the other side. So that's how you
And I'll tell you about that. Have that license. Okay, but everybody don't have that. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I be thinking? Because y'all, when you get your gun license, you be thinking I'm always going to be protected, right? But in the woods, a bear.
Yeah, that's what I'm scared of.
Yeah,
lions and tigers.
I'm thinking of things and they know how to creep up. You know what I'm saying? They know how to move because they're used to prey. They're used to going after their prey. And y'all are the prey. You done came in the woods. You're the prey. There's no way in the world I'm going out there in the woods. Yeah, no. But a cabin with a locked door.
You step up though. You step up and you bring something a little heavier than that.
Okay.
I just don't want to have this.
Then the whole thing. Then can you imagine you going in the woods and you going with your family? You never been camping. Have you ever been camping?
I have been camping.
Oh, you have been camping. I've never been camping before.
Really?
So never.
Even when we were younger, you didn't.
Never.
I went when I was young.
Nope. Never.
So was it your brothers and
just them?
Oh, okay.
All the time. And then once I started having kids, they wanted the kids to have the experience. Well, take your nephew and nieces, okay? Because I'm still not going. You think because everybody know my kids can't go unless I go. Oh no, go right on ahead, take them. But if I was to go, and my first experience would be a bear came or something horrific, and they'd be like, oh, well, we killed the bear. You killed the bear. Didn't I tell you earlier? Now I'm sad. The bear had to die. We out here.
It's not even supposed to be out here.
Exactly. So I'm just not thinking that. But if you do a cabin one, and then it can't be one of those cabins that have all the windows where they can see us and we can see them. I'm gonna need
No,
a nice
like no. So
secure cabin.
these are like so the ones that I'm looking at this particular location. Um, they are actually decent, like well built cabins. Like some of them, you have the option where you just got a box, and then some of them you have options.
Nope. It's a nightmare.
All right, so
all right, yeah, let's go ahead and get on. Let's get on this topic because tonight's topic is hurt people, and I thought it was really dope that we got C Notes in the house tonight because she got the Black Heart experience, and we talking about hurt people, and I'm guessing I don't know, but the Black Heart experience is about love.
It's about love.
So
about black love.
And y'all know I love black love. Okay,
it's the best kind.
Yes, it really is. So I'm gonna let you flow. I'm gonna let you. Well, should I let you start?
No, let her. That's just what I'm saying.
Yeah,
so
no,
let her do her thing.
Yeah, let's. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, because
for God's sake.
He a bit much.
Oh, that's interesting. We in Fort Town tonight.
He is something a bit much without a drink. Let's talk about the Black Heart experience first. Tell us what it is.
Okay, so it is a documentary, a docu-concert, and it is based off of Black love. So I did the soundtrack myself. I released an album titled The Black Heart Experience as well. And it's a story about black love. Like, it starts out with me, meeting a guy. The first song is, hey, I wrote a song about you.
Okay.
And, by the end of it, we done broke up and all that kind of stuff. So it kind of tells the story of black love and not just that type of love, because I also discuss, the relationship with my mother and, friends and stuff like that. So just love in general in every facet of it. And I think I did this project because I was just tired of the way that other people portray us, right? Because we know that we're not in charge of what we see and what we hear on the radio, on the internet, or, wherever you consume from. We are not the ones who are in charge of what is being consumed. And it's obvious as a black person that, that ain't who my mother and my cousins on either side are. None of my friends are these people that you're portraying. And so, and not to say that there isn't one person that identifies with that, but I feel like as a collective, we just needed something more representative of who we really are, especially just right now, in light of just where the world is, you know. So I kind of wanted us to vibrate higher, look at us on a positive note, as who we really are, and just, show some black excellence. We're gonna have the black carpet segment. So I have 3 media outlets doing interviews on the black carpet from 4 to 5 this Sunday before the movie starts. The movie starts at 5.
Oh, okay.
Where's it gonna be?
It's at Flagship Cinemas. That's the theater across the street from East Point Mall.
Okay.
So there's plenty of free parking. That parking is not an issue.
Yeah, so y'all can come comfortably and park your car.
Yes.
And not be afraid
and not be worried
that
about
they're
anything.
told.
Right.
Or having to pay.
That was big for me though, because there were a lot of different places that I could have had this, but for me it was just like, well, if I want people to come out, I think making sure that they have decent parking is like.
Yeah. And I think it's like accessible to like those people who are in those situations where they have to catch public transportation.
Oh yeah.
It's like, I believe it's like right there on that line.
There is a bus stop right there. Yeah.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you picked a great location.
Right by some highways.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's not even for those people that don't like to come to certain areas when you get off of, I think that's 695 or something like that.
695 right there. Around the corner is 95, and there's the 895 exit right there.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, okay.
It's actually a great location.
Okay. Okay, yeah. It sounds like it. I'm not familiar with it, but I'm gonna get familiar with it on Sunday. Okay. Okay. So definitely we're gonna come check you out, and I'm looking forward to the experience. I love the fact that you even put the word experience in the title of it, because it allows us to like feel like, oh, we on this ride with you. We about to vibe with you. You know, type of thing. So I'm looking forward to that.
Thank you.
So instead of using Black Love, you use Black Heart Experience.
Well, because initially the project as told by me, right? And so it was kind of like my experience, and and it's crazy because I write music.
Okay.
And a lot of the songs that actually made the cut, even the ones that didn't, it was a lot of R&B on there, but I'm not a singer. I sing when I drink, but I'm not a singer. It does not translate the same.
Wait,
you know, she said when she tip it.
Yeah, because sometimes when you drink, you know, that's when
I be sound like Beyonka. But I needed somebody to sing them. I actually, so one of my songs, I actually used it as a single, and I wound up singing it myself because I couldn't find anybody to sing it. But I was in love with the love songs that I was writing, and I wasn't dating anybody. It wasn't about anybody. It was just in a time where I felt like love, and I felt like writing about it and sharing it with the world, and everything that my pen wrote was pretty much an R&B song. So, you know, I put it out there, and as I was recording, things started getting in motion. I made a whole singing group. I asked 3 young ladies that I know that already sing on their own. Hey, can y'all come do this for me? Yeah. And they did. They were soldiers. Shout out to the Black Hearts. They're all solo artists in their own right, so I want to shout them out. We got Ebony Rose, Leah Songbird, and Kalada Penn.
Okay.
And they came and executed everything that I needed them to do because, again, I'm not a singer.
Right.
So it was like, all right, y'all, this is what I'm hearing. I went and recorded most of it and just was like, all right, this is what I wanted to sound like, but I need y'all to throw that sauce on there. And they did it for me, you know. We actually been working on this project for a couple of years. So they really been holding me down, and shouts out to them. Salute. Because, I don't know, salute to everybody who believed in my project. It shifted into so many things from the time we started to right now. And just, I know everybody didn't see the vision. But we here now, and so, you know, and it's big. It's big. Like, we have a movie premiere.
Yeah, that's big. Okay,
you know?
yeah.
So shouts out to everybody that was a part of this.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
I am excited for you. It's like we're talking about the recipe, but the recipe to everything that you're doing took all of these people that you are acknowledging, and it took for you to put all of your thoughts and all that was inside of you about those visions into life, and to have people help you do that, and that's a beautiful thing.
So let me ask you this. So you said you rap. What's the style of it?
So this album is hip hop, soul, R&B, soul, more like that. Okay, I'm not a trap rapper at all. I can, and I have.
Okay.
I'm a writer at heart, right? So I write all types of music. I write a country song if that's the occasion. But what I like to do, I'm a hip hop artist. I like to rap. I got bars. I've been doing this since the 90s, right? Like real life. Before everybody was a rapper, I was outside in them ciphers. So that's where my heart is.
Okay.
Right?
Was that One Love or that was Love? What was that joint down the Avenue?
I think it was One Love.
Yeah, they used to have that joint back in the day or whatever.
Yeah.
They used to do a lot of rap battles and stuff like that. And it was big. It was big. Like they would do that stuff all the time or whatever. So I just asked that because, sometimes a lot of what you hear right now is really nigga, right? Something I was talking about something. So sometimes when I hear stuff or whatever, I remember years ago, I'm talking over 10 plus years ago, my cousin, we would be in the car and he can listen to it all, but he would get in the car and I'd be in the car, I'm like, yo, play some Boom, play some this, and he's like, nigga, it's old, why are you still playing it? I'm like, yo, because
that's good music.
Yeah,
right?
It's everything that's out right now, it's like this, shoot this, drug, and it's bro, I don't want to keep hearing it, so.
It's very toxic.
Yeah, so I'm glad that you kind of are versatile like that, because I'm actually going to check it out, because I'm not like everybody, I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, well, that's nice. No, I'm authentically going to check it out because you're saying that you can be versatile, and I like that kind of energy. I don't want to listen to that stuff because it also, like you said, it's toxic. It also puts you in a different mindset too when you're listening to this music, and this is all that they tell you to do.
Yeah.
It's just like with TV. If you keep watching the same thing, just like what's going on with children today, is eventually going to have that negative effect or whatever. So I'm definitely going to get in the car, look you up on YouTube.
Yeah.
Blast you.
I like that.
Check you
out. I like that. You also got a dope vibes.
Thank
you
you.
know, I feel like, you know, you can't possibly spit trash.
Well, thank you.
You know me, I'm just saying, no shade, but sometimes, you know, you can meet people and you be like, okay,
Yeah,
I can only.
Okay, yeah.
You know, but you
Yes,
got a good vibe. You know, your energy is good. You know, and I also feel from you like poetic. So, you know, you probably got some real poetic stuff. You know,
I do. I'm pretty artistic.
Yeah, I can feel that from you. So.
Lyricist.
Little lyricist. But I could feel that from her. So that's why I'm not into rap, honestly, myself. Like, I love the Fugees, like Lauryn Hill type, and she's not even a rapper, but that's my vibe, you know. So if it's not like really,
I think you'll like this. Then I think you'll like this. It's a lot of R&B, hip hop. You know, and I take you through. I mean, I have a song on there that's a little poppy.
Okay.
You know, I mean, this one I really wanted to cater to black men a lot.
Oh,
I
okay.
felt like they needed some love right now.
And they do.
And I will always be here for that. And of course, you know, in me writing these love songs and this relationship that I put on this, it's me and a guy. So I wrote a lot of songs to this hypothetical man. Who knows? Maybe I just wrote my future. Who knows? You know. But
maybe you did.
Stuff tends to happen like that.
Yeah.
You know. So but I felt like it was something that we as a people needed right now. I think it's something that, you know, you can appreciate. I think it's good music. I actually I just won a Baltimore Crown Award for the actual album.
Congratulations.
So, Congratulations. So I think people like it.
Yeah.
Can I curse on here?
Yeah.
All right. I did a radio show the other day, and they told me I couldn't cuss, and I was going, and then I said something, and I was like, "Oh, excuse me." They was like, "Why you say something now? You've been cussing the whole time." I was like, "For real." I got a potty mouth sometimes.
Oh, okay, yeah, no. Because some people are under like certain contracts to where they can't, you know.
That's what it was.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And I got them in trouble.
Yeah. I'm honestly, you know, one of the reasons I'm still like this is because, like, I'm like, once you get under those contracts and you have to, like, completely be a straight line, it's hard. Like, I can't, like that. Just like that. Like, you cuss, like, as much as I want to say, like, before the show, hey, don't cuss, or if I want to wear cleavage one day and I'm like, oh my God, you know, I forgot I'm not supposed to wear that. Those things you get fined for. So it's like, yeah, do I want to do that or do I just want to enjoy this ride? Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me enjoy this ride.
It's like, even if we get, you know, more views, less views, whatever the case may be, a lot of times people don't know. A lot of times we be authentic.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing
and I think
scripted.
that translates. I think people like that. I think people like the authenticity.
Yeah. And I enjoy the authenticity.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, because being behind the camera, you know, you sometimes throughout life, I'm in the stage of now, I'm a little older, so I'm just like, no, I'm just going to really be exactly who I am right away. Just a little bit.
Okay.
Y'all heard me say
so.
A little bit older now, so just a teeny bit. And I'm old enough now.
I'm going to let you be great.
To be, thank you, okay? I'm old enough now to know the difference from acting out in pain, with the show, you know, hurt people, and being authentic in that way. Like, I'm just going to show my vulnerability. I'm going to show my anger. I'm going to show my pain. I'm going to show all of that. So let me just authentically be the person I really am. Because when we're acting out in pain, we're really not being ourselves. Yeah. You know, we're really not being our authentic selves. We really just showing everybody how hurt we are. We really just showing people that side of us. So I've gone through those eras. So that's why I say, like, that real authenticity, like, behind the camera, is when you can, like, really just sit back, relax, and be yourself without the pressure of having to show your pain or without the pressure of having to put on a facade to being who other people want you to be or who you think you should be for somebody else. So that's why I say, like, in this wiser stage, I'm that. In this wiser stage, I'm like, oh, okay, I can be authentic in this way, you know, and I like that. And if I want to turn up, then I can turn up because I really want to turn up. Yeah. Not because I think everybody needs me to see me turned up.
Yeah. I think that, like, since we started this dynamic, this show and stuff like that, some viewers obviously, you know more than me. But some viewers have definitely been like, okay, man, like, is there everything? Because, like, we will, like, go, and then a lot of people don't know, like, the relationship here is like, we good.
Yeah, we good.
We just having a conversation. It's got really intense. Like, because we definitely went to those lengths where it was like, even at one point in time, we had somebody in the background who was kind of like dedicated to, you know, running the cameras and stuff like that. It was like, yo, I was about to get it. I'm like, yo, we good. It's still love it. Like, once these cameras go
it was really authentic.
It just was the level of passion that she was putting in her argument, and the level of passion that I be putting in. Like, yeah, we go in. I mean, because
oh my God,
like, you need to have those
moments are good.
And you need to be yourself in that kind of environment, because, you know, it brings in people, and then also you don't want to kind of have this scripted show where it's like everything's on paper. All right, so you want to touch on it, because a lot of times we'll talk about a topic and it'll go somewhere else, but that's what we wanted to do. You know?
And just be like really just sitting and vibing. You know, I really love that about this. That's why I decided to name this show the Recipe Podcast, because there's so many different recipes to everything that we do in life. Everything that we do in life. So we could be talking about one thing, but it comes from something else. You know what I mean? Or it came from, or it touches a nerve, and then it's coming from that. Like, there's so many ingredients to the recipe to everything. So even this conversation, we didn't even really have it yet, but about hurting people, and how that even comes into play in life. There's a recipe to that. Like, you become a hurt person is going to hurt somebody because unfortunately they were hurt. You know, it's just a passed down effect. You know, it's a trickle down. What is that, like, the domino effect? The domino effect, you know what I mean? And so this show allows us to be able to talk about it. And I think, like, sometimes I do get up here, because that hurt person in me be like, hold on, you be igniting a little bit. You know how somebody, like, touch that pain a little bit? He know how to touch that pain. And he be doing it gently, but still, it be like, wait a minute, you're my brother and I love you, but let me tell you off, because I don't know who you think you're talking to, but let me tell you that. You know what I mean? And people be on the other end like, are y'all cool? Are y'all good? Everything is good. Everything is good. Everything is fine.
Before we jump into the actual topic of the show, like, wanna like tell some of the viewers and stuff like that, like, where can they find some of your music at?
Yes. So I go by the name of C-Notes. That is SI-NOTES. And honestly, I have so much music in the world that wherever you listen to music at, you just put my name in there and it's gonna pop up. For the Black Heart Experience, that is on all streaming platforms. And again, my name is SI-NOTES. So follow me, YouTube, Apple Music, Spotify, all of that. I don't even control that part. I just, I use a system that throw it all out there. So it's everywhere. But yeah, listen to that. That's good hip hop, soul, R&B. It's some bangers. It's somebody told me that was grown up rap.
Okay, I like that term.
Rap, so.
Then that definitely got to be up your alley, because you always talk about the young people be just going. Like they just be. She said it's grown up. You know it's our time.
So also, this event that you have coming up, tell the viewers, tell us, even though you already repeated it, but this is a reminder, because I don't want to get it carried away, and then later on in the show we probably want to ask you to repeat it again.
No, thank you. I appreciate it, because I want everybody to come on out. The affair is Black Excellence, right? So the Black Heart Experience at Flagship Cinemas on Eastern Avenue. That's across the street from East Point Mall. Sunday, April the 12th. That's this Sunday. The Black Carpet segment will be from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. So anytime in that hour, you can come, get your pictures taken, get your interviews done, get ready, find your seat. 5 o'clock, the movie going to start. Afterwards, we're going to do some giveaways and the Q&A. And, yeah, it's going to be a time. The tickets are on Eventbrite right now. Can you pay at the door? Yes, but tickets are going to be substantially more at the door, so you should probably just go ahead and go to Eventbrite and get the tickets. The Black Heart Experience. And let's rock out.
And let's just say support. Like,
Yeah.
support this beautiful Black woman who did an amazing thing.
We worked so
Like,
hard.
I can
Everybody
only
worked so hard.
imagine. How long have you been working on this project?
A couple years.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's
so
dedication.
yeah, it really is like dedication and determination. Okay,
Yes, Lord.
like to make sure that this comes into fruition and you've done that. I'm very proud of you.
Thank you.
Congratulations!
Thank you.
I cannot wait to see it. You know, I am a Black love queen. I love everything about us, and I also love for us to be able to elevate each other and to show each other in a beautiful light. You know, so. That's amazing that you did that. I'm very excited to see it. And I'm excited for your success because all of those years you just put into this, I believe God is going to allow it to be amazing for you. So,
like that
congratulations.
commitment, like a lot of people don't know, like, you know, there's some, you know, things that I committed to as far as some achievements and some mile marks that I wanted to meet. And I didn't realize that I was going to meet them at the times that I did, but the fact that I even met them, I can sit back and be like, I feel like that's what made me like, I don't really need that.
Yeah.
I've done it already. Like, so it's like, but I'm just saying, like, to keep doing it so you can keep doing bigger than what you did a year ago, what you did 2 years, 3 years, stuff like that. So it's kind of like, when you're on that verge of like, yo, we almost here. It's like, wow, look how things come about or whatever. And there's some things that, you know, I've been wanting to do, and I'm, you know, in a position where as though, like, those achievements are, like, literally, like, knocking at the door in a matter of, like, months and stuff like that. So it's like,
be persistent.
you just gotta stay on top of it. And you find the times, and I'm sure you've experienced this before you got to this point, that you got people who outwardly say they're in your corner, and they really not. But you gotta see for what it is and continue to do things. And, you know, one of the 48 laws of power teaches you, like, not to show your true intentions. Because people will think that they'll utilize what they see or what they want from you, and it'll continue to pull it down. All the while, on the left side, you constantly moving, and then at the right moment, you can just say, I grabbed it, I got it. So I'm happy that you're in that position to where as though you're saying you've been working on it for years. People don't know the speed bumps, the hurdles, the hate, the negativity, the devil himself preventing you from getting there. And it's like, yeah, sis, it don't even matter the outcome. Like, the fact that you say you did this, so, like, it's definitely, like, you praising her and stuff like that, and that's powerful. Like, we need more of that. We need more of our people to pat each other on the back. Like, yo, don't worry about this. Wipe your knees off. Wipe your elbows off. Throw some water on your face. Just don't take the ice water baths early in the morning. But but just, like, you hear. Like, that's always a powerful thing. When I had went somewhere on Sunday, and some young men they're planning something this Saturday and Sunday, I believe, in Howard County. And when I didn't know he had anything to do with it. But I was sitting down there, and he was telling me, like, yeah, yo, you know, we got something. I'm like, oh, really? All right, give me the link. Let me slide you some money right now or whatever so that I can just donate to it. We need each other more than we think. Because there's a lot more people out there that's against us. But I'm definitely happy for you, sis.
Thank you.
That you're moving like you are. Still gonna check you out, though.
Thank you.
See, no, she done did something to my brother. He's so nice and just positive right now. Like,
good.
Your aura just like, damn, we flowing. That's what I'm like. I'm just over here just receiving. I'm just receiving.
But that's what I'm saying, though. But that's what I'm saying. It's when we're in these atmospheres, when we're in these environments, that we continue to move forward. And I just was telling somebody, like, over the past day or two, like, yo, positive. Think positive. Don't think about negative. Don't think about shortcomings. Don't think about what happened. Focus on the positive things that you can accomplish or that you're aligned to accomplish. Because you may not make it there, but the fact that you're on that road, like, yo, remove the negativity in your mind. Well, I'm not worrying about this. Well, I'm not worrying. Oh, this is positive. This is what my focus is.
Yeah.
Like, you have to get your head outside of this bubble where we're surrounded by so much negativity. And it's like, bro, tell me about the positive at this point. This is all I'm focused on. If it ain't positivity, it's like, and then it's about who you keep around you too.
That is very, very true.
Let's jump into this topic.
Yeah, because we literally only got a few minutes left of the show, okay?
Oh, we do.
We really do.
Dang, we was talking.
That was really good. That was really good. But you know what? Honestly, the reason I brought up this topic, and I'm so happy that, you know, somebody said to me earlier, like, girl, you always talking about God, but I'm sorry, God is everything for me.
Yes, Lord.
And so I just gotta say this, but God aligns everything perfectly, because this just got aligned like last minute. And it's and I even said to her, like, I don't know how I'm gonna throw you in, because I don't want to throw you in with this topic, and then this topic is not like positive, like, but God aligned it so perfectly because this was needed in this moment. You know what I mean? And the reason I brought this topic of hurting people is because it hurts me when I see people that are hurting, you know, have the mindset of, and not purposely, but, you know, just, I think, because of how they've been raised and what they've gone through, their mindset has been placed in a way that they think it's okay to do certain things to other people, not thinking like I'm hurting that person, but thinking of like, oh, well, I could just do that. Like, I'm going to just give an example. When you are growing up, right, and like you grew up and you had a lot of people that guided you in your life, and so did I. So in my mind, and it may be different from you, but in my mind, it's important for me to guide everybody. You know, I'm trying to guide the world. I got Rebuilding the Village, just mommy and me, just daddy and me. I'm trying to guide everybody because I know the importance of guiding others, because I was blessed to have guidance in my life. But other people may have the mindset of, no, they need to figure it out. Like, you need to figure it out on their own. Like, I grew up in an era where my parents told me, I had not a young man, an older man say, my mother told me when I was 18, it's my birthday, happy birthday, pack your stuff and get out. You need to figure out a way to get yourself through life. And he had to pack his stuff, and he had to move out, and he had hurt me, girl. You know, I wanted to go back and take a man at 18. I wanted to go back in time and take him, but it broke my heart. But so his mindset is now, yeah, I had to figure it out. So I'm not about to, like, it's okay for me to tell a young boy something, like give him a little guidance, but I'm not about to take his hand and hold his hand and teach him how to do everything. No, I had to figure it out. I had to figure it out the hard way. That was the best way to figure it out, was to figure it out the hard way. So he should have to figure it out the hard way. To me, and I can be going too deep, but to me, that's a hurt person hurting somebody else. Because it's a beautiful thing to help somebody. It's a beautiful thing to give guidance to somebody. It's a beautiful thing to take a young man. I love that God allowed me to guide so many young women in my organizations, and even outside of my organizations. I love that. And they be able to say, like, yeah, Miss Akira, if it wasn't for you, I don't know what I would have done. Because it's like, dang, God, thank you for making me this way. Thank you for making me care this way. But if I was to just be like, oh, when I was a young mother, I did have to figure some things out on my own about being a young mother, because there was no young mothers in my family. Okay, everybody was married. I was married too, but it was a different situation. So I had to figure it out. I had to do it on my own. I'm not mad because I had to figure some things out on how to parent by myself. I'm not mad about that. It made me want to parent, like, let me help another young mother. Like, that's where just mommy and me came from. Let me help all the young mothers. Let me give them guidance because I didn't have it, as opposed to me using the pain that I felt from being a young mother and being abandoned by my husband and having to raise my children on my own. I didn't allow that pain to hurt somebody else. So I've seen a lot lately. I've had a lot of conversations, and I just see a lot of people lately living with that mindset of that has the ingredients of hurting somebody because of the hurt and the pain that they've endured in their life. And I think that it is important that I say it out loud, and I wanted us to have this open conversation just to get your perspectives on it. But like that hurt, that mentality, it's okay to change it. It's okay to Like, let me heal from that. Because you know what? They actually did hurt me. And sometimes, honestly, you may not know that something really hurt you. You may be moving like, well, no, I had to do that. That's what it is. No, damn, that really did hurt that I had to do that by myself. That really did hurt that I had to go through that. That really did hurt that, like, if you don't have no food, you know, you can see somebody on the side of the road and they be like, can you help me eat? And you be like, man, I had to figure out how I'm going to eat. You got to figure out how you going to eat. You know what I'm saying? But as opposed to, you know what, let me figure out, let me help him eat and make sure I eat too. Like, let me figure out a way.
So do you feel like it's a thing of, like, you have to have some sort of acknowledgement for, okay, I went through this or I experienced this. Let me take a breather and acknowledge that this happened.
Yeah.
And I need to do some self-reflection.
Yes.
Before I can begin to healing, because sometimes we gotta look into our own selves, right?
Yeah.
You can't just, say that all this pain is because of what I did. For every action, there's a reaction. For every cause, is an effect, correct?
Yeah.
So you gotta kind of like start tapping into your stuff, because obviously, there's some trauma that we've all experienced, I'm sure, and that's some trauma I shared with you. But do I walk around with that on my shoulder?
Right.
Or do I just like, this can't define me?
Yeah.
I can't let this pain define me and who I am and how I go out to look to achieve things and stuff like that. So is it acknowledgement start with
I
that?
definitely love how you just align that, because it definitely starts with acknowledgement. Because if you don't acknowledge that it happened, that it hurt you, then you can act on it. You're acting on pain. You're acting on unresolved pain. You're acting on unresolved issues that not only that you have within yourself, but you could have with somebody else. Like, you could be upset with the person that caused you to be in that. Not that, because I hate blame games. I hate that. But you could be upset with the situation. So just the analogy again, the young man, he could be walking through life upset with his mother. You know what I'm saying? But he's never acknowledged it, because in his mind, the way he explained it to me, like, no, my mother was a single mother. She did what she had to do. She had to put me out. I respect it. I moved forward. Like, it's a hardcore, and I'm telling you, this is a hardcore man, right? So it's a hardcore thing, but to me, and this is the therapy side of me, that, I'm receiving it like, oh my God. Like, he doesn't even realize that he's lacking empathy or compassion for women and his mother, because even by the way he talked to me, when a man talks to you, whether no matter what kind of man he is, he's going to talk to you with some care, with some compassion, with some, way you talk to me, you're not going to talk, you're my brother, and you're still not going to come in here and be rowdy with me. That's just not what you do. You know what I'm saying? Not what you're going to do. No man really does. But a man that can't turn that down and turn that tone down from when you're talking to another man to when you're talking to a woman, to me that shows like that softness, because every man needs a little bit of it. That's why you have a mother and a father. You need that hardcore, but you also need that softness. You need the balance. So to me, I was just receiving it like, dang, like he got some anger built up. He an older man now, but he been carrying this for a long time. And even the way he said, like, man, I respect the effort, like, like, I'm just like, oh my God, like, ooh, child, like, I just feel like, let me hug him, let me heal him, let me give him something, because he's, well, and you know what? Yo, no, he does everything. Yeah. So he's raised a son in that with that mind state, with those thoughts, and now that son, who knows how that son is because I don't know his son, but you know what I'm saying? He's raised a son, so it's going to keep going.
I spoke about it before, and for the viewers, if you haven't had a chance to listen to it, her name is Dr. Joy D. Garage. She talks. She gives that dissertation about that. I forgot what it's called specifically, but yeah, it's called post-traumatic disorder, something like that. But she breaks down how traits that your great-great-grandmother, great-great-grandfather gave you or passed down to their children and their children's children. And then certain times we see certain things as, you know, as normalcies.
Yeah.
Because it was passed down.
Yeah.
So it was normal. Now, obviously, there are going to be other things in there that are not normal, but you have to look at things for what they are, whatever. You know, you have to, okay, where do I make an error? Okay, I made an error here. Okay, let me make an error here. Okay, let me try to fix it or whatever. But that also goes into the people around you. You have to have somebody around you that can understand and try to actually lend that assistance and stuff like that or whatever. You know, not everybody really want to help you. And even from, as a man, it's just life, period. Not everybody genuinely want to help you.
Yeah.
Regardless of what your situation is, what the circumstances is, not everybody want to help you. Some people just want to take from you.
Yeah.
And whether it's finances, whether it's energy, whether it's resources, because resources obviously they're not just all finances. Obviously, it can be connections and stuff like that.
That's a hurt person, hurt people
in
that manner.
Yeah, so you have to find those people who genuinely want to be around you to push you to a level of success, and people say it on top, but it's really not the case deep down inside. And then, like, as you get older and stuff like that, you go through things that kind of show. But again, so, you know, like, what's your thoughts on that?
So, I mean, we're human beings, right? All of us are human beings, and we learn what we are around, right? If you grew up in America, then you do not know how to speak Mandarin because the people around you spoke English, and that is what you learn from being around it. You don't know what you don't know, so I think a lot of people are walking around hurt, not knowing it, or whatever molded them. Because now we say hurt, but if they don't know what they went through was trauma, are they hurt? Are they hurt, or is that just who they are because of the circumstances that molded them? So, like, you talk about somebody, he's cold. You know, he don't tell his wife his lover. He he must be hurt because no, he's not hurt. That's just who he is because where he grew up and how you see, you know, his father didn't say it and his father didn't say it, and it was normal to them, and that's just who they are. And so when they treat people in that way, it's not that they're trying to hurt somebody. It's normal to them, and what's normal to you isn't normal to everybody. So I think it's kind of narrow-minded to assume that everybody's hurt when they're treating people a certain kind of way. I think that hurt people definitely hurt people. I think that we're all suffering traumas that we probably don't even know. We don't, because all we know is what we know, so we don't know that our mom is screaming at us 24/7 created traumas in us, right? We thought it was normal because our mothers did it, and we saw her mother do it to her, and, you know, we saw grandma do it to her, so we thought it was normal, but it's not. It's actually wild. We're all, like, got anxiety from it, and, you know, whatever it did to us, but we didn't know, so we did it to our children. Right, and that right there is the prime example of hurting people. But I think, like you said, you know, acknowledging that there is an issue. That's actually my thing because my mother raised her voice a lot, you know, and now that I am a mother, I'm very aware of it. So, you know, sometimes we lose our cool and we do it, but when I'm wrong, I apologize to my child and I let her know, like, look, I'm working on it. I'm not perfect. Right?
Yeah.
You know who my mother is, because my mother's still the same person she was when I was little. And it's just like, you know, I'm working on it. Nobody's perfect.
Yeah.
I definitely don't want to pass this on to you.
Right.
And that's all we can do.
And
that's all we can do is just try to do better.
Yeah.
And want to do better. Because now I do believe there's some people who know they hurt and they just go around hurting other people because they don't give a fuck.
Yeah. So I want to zero back to what you said, though, about the men. Because I agree with you 1,000%. Like, when men, like, some men are the way that they are because that's just who they are. But that's who they are because of how they were raised. And, I'm sorry, excuse me. And because I have men in my family who are that way. And it would be safe, it would be safe to say, like, oh, no, they weren't hurt. They were just, that's how they were raised. But the reality in and the men that I've been around is that they were hurt. They didn't know it was a safe place to say I was hurt. They didn't know it was like okay to be like, yeah, I didn't get a kiss from my father or a hug from my father or a hug from my mother. So it really hurt me. Because just listen to what you just said. I'm like, oh my God, this is mind blowing because I've always been like, the men in my family are so strong. And they are just a one way. You know what I mean? Even my grandfather, they're just one way, you know. And now to be blessed to be able to have these vulnerable, authentic conversations with them to get like beneath the skin, because I'm getting beneath the skin now in this wiser age. I know how to do it now. I know how to finesse it now, and it's allowing me to understand like that they were that way because of how they were raised, and they adapted to that mentality, and it made them who they were, and they were unapologetic about it because they did not know that this was not norm until they had grandchildren. You know, not even children, because even when they had children, they were just like, I'm doing what my parents did to me. You know what I'm saying? But now they have grandchildren, and they are watching at an older age, and they're like, oh my God.
That's
like,
that wisdom that you
now
know.
this
Just a brief moment right there. You said something in the conversation. You had mentioned, you said in your wiser age and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that's the thing about men. Like straight up. Like that's the thing about men. When you get onto that learning how to get into, and I'm speaking from a man, obviously.
Yeah, of course.
Without my birth certificate, real quick. So when it comes to men, it's the approach. The approach is everything. You know, we all know the saying. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. It's the approach. So the fact that you're speaking on some of these men, some of them I know obviously, the fact that you're speaking on that, a lot of people don't realize that. You know what I mean? They it's the approach straight up. When it comes to men, it is the approach.
I receive that.
Like, you know, for someone to say, hey, listen, it's okay. You don't have to do this. You don't have to do this. You don't have to do this. Hey, do you need some help? Hey, I know you're taking a therapy session or whatever. Do you feel like you need some additional help to tackle possibly other issues that you may have or may not have going on? I'm not saying you do have other issues. I'm just saying that if you have other issues, I'm here to help. It's the approaching things.
Yeah.
A lot of people think that it's just about, okay, you're a man, you're supposed to be tough. Niggas be battling 100,000 things at 100 miles an hour. You know what I mean? Because like you said, most men won't approach y'all with that, you know, that excited energy unless he just got some issues going on mentally. But for men, generally speaking, it be so many things from like getting up, just going to work, and you dealing with this and you dealing with that. So like that's really solid. That's really authentic right there.
Yeah.
That it's the approach.
Yeah. And I know now. That's why I said in my wiser time, you know, I know now is how I talk to, you know, even be able to have these conversations now, you know, and get the feedback that I get. You know, back in the day, you know, I was just hardcore like, niggas, you need to be more like the men I know and man up. Like, what's wrong with you? You know, I was just like coming really hard at men because again, like, I was expecting like men to be right. I was expecting men to be with like the men I grew up around, you know, not knowing until I got older. Like, wait a minute, this is hurt. So I love how you said like some people don't even recognize it as hurt because they don't even know that I was hurt. Like they don't perceive it that way because what they perceive it is what it was presented to them. Like this is a way of life. This is how we move. So you know. So yeah, I appreciate that. I appreciate your take on that. And I wanted to just have this conversation on our first time back because a lot of hurt is we all go through our own test, trials, and tribulations and endure our own hurt and pain on a daily. And I think it's important for people to understand that it is important for you, for us, to take the time. Let me take a minute. Let me acknowledge what just happened. Like, before I move a certain way, before I react to it, before I speak on it, before I, you know, I used to be like, let me retaliate. In my mind, I was thinking like, somebody say something, I'm retaliating immediately before I even think like why am I even thinking like that? You know what I mean? Like, why do I feel like I have to retaliate immediately? And like, so instead of moving from hurt, if something hurts you, oh my God, and again, just like you just said, like, you may not think that it hurts you, you may not even know that it hurts you, but take the time to process it before you move on it, because the domino effect of it is treacherous. Like, I mean, you getting passed down and passed down. We got people right now walking around just killing people, just getting. Right now, I used to be a rage queen. Okay, you cut me off, it's on and popping. But now I'm humble. Okay, you can cut me off. I don't care. Let me just go ahead and make it home. Yeah, because literally the other day I'm driving and somebody cut me off, and I honestly accidentally, the person cut me off, and I was just like, let me let them go, and then I cut somebody else off, but it was in East Baltimore. So I was like, oh, I had my daughters with me. I'm like, God, please don't let me, But back in the day, I wasn't thinking like that. And I only mention that because you don't know what somebody else is going through. You don't know what they're dealing with, and I've been saying it a lot lately because lately, as I'm moving, I know I'm moving with a lot of pain. I'm moving with a lot of grief. I'm moving with a different kind of pain. Even how I parent my kids, I'm constantly letting them know, like, listen, I'm mothering you while I'm grieving my mother. So I apologize. If what I said was harsh, or if my approach is harsh, let me apologize, because I'm parenting while grieving. So I'm acknowledging that. It took me a minute to acknowledge it, but I'm acknowledging that, and I think it's important that we all acknowledge when we are feeling some type of way, whether it's a teeny bit of negative energy. Let me acknowledge this. Let me process it, and let me not push it onto somebody else. Yeah. Let me heal. Let me process before I push this pain onto somebody else. Care enough for other people. Care enough for yourself, because what you push on to other people is going to bounce right back onto you. You know what I'm saying? When I hurt somebody's feelings, immediately I'm just like, oh my God, let me go back, apologize, because my feelings are hurt. I'm hurt because I hurt you. You know what I mean? So it's important that we think of others just as much as we think of ourselves, and just be mindful that if we are moving through pain, moving with pain, if we had something that hurt us, that we acknowledge it and process it and heal from it the best way we can, as opposed to just moving through life with it. We can't just move through life with it, because one thing about pain is it ain't going away. It ain't just going. You can't just you know what I'm saying. You can't just get attacked and then all of a sudden you good. It took time for your wounds to heal. Yeah. You different because of the wounds. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So you move differently. It took a minute. You had to acknowledge, like, dang, this really happened to me. You know what I mean? As opposed to just moving through it. And I know, I always used to think back in the day, something happened to him. And I used to think back, oh, he coming to kill a city. And once he gets out, he killing the whole city, because I just know, how you used to be. Thankfully, you're a whole new man by God's grace and His mercy. Amen. But you know what I mean? But you move differently because of that pain. And I just think it's important for everybody to do that. Move differently in a positive way because of your pain.
Absolutely.
Not in a negative way.
Because, like I said, I was weak when we was all on the call and stuff like that. And even before that, I had just got finished having a conversation this morning. And I was reminding the person that whatever the universe has in store for you, it is undoubtedly going to come to you. Yeah. Nobody has to cook it up. Yeah. Nobody has to package it up and send it out, whatever the case may be. It's going to come to you. Mm. And regardless of what, is always a higher power. Mm. If something isn't meant for you, whether you believe in Allah, you believe in Buddha, Yahweh, Jesus, whoever you pray to, if you believe this person is almighty, then this is going to happen. Absolutely. And in the Quran, it talks about, if all the people in the world gathered against you to bring you harm, who is that better protected than your Lord? And if He wanted to do something to you, your body, your reputation, your finances, your mental, stuff like that, if He wanted to inflict any of that on you, guess what? It's going to happen. Yeah. And there's nothing nobody can do to stop it. So, I want to leave with this. It's like, if that pain is there and you feel like I have to walk with this pain, you're gonna have a hell of a walk because carrying pain in your heart and your soul and stuff like that. It was, at one point, when my accident happened and stuff like that. Yo, I'm trying to tell you.
I already know. That's why
Like,
I said
I'm
that.
trying to tell you. It was
horrible.
like, it don't matter. Nobody was safe. Everything was just on site. It was all kinds of. I'm in pain, so this whole area got to be in pain, regardless. And then it wasn't until I got older and stuff like that, and I realized, like, bro, I'm not about to spend the rest of my life every time I see this area, this particular group, I'm going to do this. And it got to the point where, though, now, if I have to go in this area or whatever case may be, or ride near this, or I see this group, I'm just driving like, bro, I ain't worrying about that.
That's right.
And that's how I am now.
Good.
Like, yo, I'm not worried about it. Like, okay, that pain happened. I dealt with it, and I'm still here. So I don't feel the need to sit back and to continue on thinking about this or thinking about that. So I said again, it's just like you're only going to hurt yourself by carrying on that pain.
Yeah.
Like,
pain can either push you into
yourself and let it go.
positivity
So,
or push you into more pain.
what you got,
So,
I
I was listening to you, and I just feel like I'm listening, and I hear you, and it's like, so basically, in order for hurt people to not hurt people, they actually have to reach a level of emotional maturity, because I'm listening to everything that has been said up until what you just said, and it's like it was steps to it, right? At first you was angry and you was hurting people and you knew what you was doing and you was fine with it, right? And that's where a lot of people are and stay there, right? And you have to mature and say, you know what, actually this is wrong, right? You have to acknowledge it first, right? Because if you don't acknowledge it as a problem, you can't fix the problem, because it ain't one, because you didn't acknowledge it, right? And then, though, you actually have to want to do better, right? Because some people are like, okay, but so what, though? I'm going to keep going. Yeah, I know what I'm doing, but I don't feel it necessary to change, right? And that's a whole, you graduate to that level, right? Because you, as humans, you still feel your hurt, right? You still feel your pain, and you still looking for a way to, whatever it is. If you out here punching people in the mouth or you smoking weed, whatever you doing, you know what I'm saying? You looking for a way to get that out. So it's like it's levels to it, and I don't know. I'm just listening to y'all.
I love that though, but it definitely is levels to it. And I'm just happy that you got to this positive, beautiful level that you at right now in life, okay? Because
it's a blessing. It's a blessing.
That's what I meant by like people out here that are just walking around, just taking people's lives, just hurting people because they have yet to go through those stages of understanding. Because there's also always a reason why something happened. There's a reason why God allowed whatever that happened to happen to you in the way that it did. And you're supposed to be better from it, not worse from it. You're not supposed to, so I'm glad that you didn't stay in that space, in that place, and that you allow God to move you to this beautiful space and place that you are at now in your life. So, because you're here. Because honestly, if you still acting on pain, we lose so many of our black men are gone. Because they acting on pain. They out here moving off of pain, and it just be so senseless and so horrible. So I'm grateful for that. I'm so glad you came through, C-Nose. I'm so glad we made this. I cannot wait to, because you definitely brought some good spices in here tonight.
Okay.
And I appreciate that. Absolutely. You are always welcome in Beyonka Studios. You're always welcome back to the Recipe Podcast. As you see, it's an empty chair. You always welcome to come sit in it. Make sure you guys support her and get your tickets. I'm going to make sure I put the link in the bio, in the comment section on Facebook, so it'll be there. And then once the YouTube is ready, it'll be there as well. Okay. But prayerfully, we will have a sold out show. I feel it in my spirit. Yes. Get your tickets. Make sure you go and support this beautiful Black queen. Thank you for tuning in tonight. As we leave tonight, remember, healing is possible and it is necessary. It is a necessary ingredient to the recipe of you being the best version of you. Okay, what you got going?
It's definitely steps for pain. Definitely steps for pain, for sure. But I don't know, maybe I've been through so much of it that it's kind of like...
Yeah, you have. You've been through a lot, but you made it through it.
Yeah.
You made it through it. You made it through it. And you are teaching others to protect themselves by way of your good
firearm instructor, all that good stuff. You know, if you need a firearm instructor, I'm a lot of things, but I know I'm good at a lot of things too. I'm a great. I ain't
doing so good,
Girl,
sprinkle again. Sprinkle. It's about to go.
So no, that I am though, for real. If you need a good firearm instructor or you need some training in self-defense or whatever, definitely get at me. The number is 443-900-4145. You need a firearm instructor for your wear and carry for the state of Maryland or your HQL for the state of Maryland. I also guide people in how to get that wear and carry for the state of Pennsylvania. Again, call me at 443-900-4145. And we also do private security as well. But before I let my host cut off, I want C-Note just to remind everybody where we can get this information for on Sunday and close out.
C-Notes, SI-NOTES. This is very important because if you put that in any search bar, I'm going to pop up. The Black Heart Experience. That's the name of the album. That is the name of the event on Sunday. Real easy. C-Notes. The Black Heart Experience. We're doing the black carpet from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. So get spiffy. You know, do your makeup, whatever you got to do. Come through, get your pictures taken, do your interviews. We starting the movie at 5 o'clock. We at Flagship Cinemas. That's on Eastern Avenue across the street from East Point Mall. Yeah, Black love is the theme. Black excellence is the affair. We outside.
Yes! All right, y'all. We will see you next week on the Recipe Podcast with, of course, Brother Jolly.
I ain't gonna be here.
Oh.